Hello there and welcome. I'm Raffaele, and in this video we are going to make a compare between the Syntakt and the model cycles. So what's all about? Well, I had this idea out of curiosity since they share basically the same digital engines. So I think it could be helpful to maybe someone who is new to the beginner world, to the Elektron world, sorry, and want to buy maybe something more budget friendly like the model cycles, and to see how close or how different they are respect to the bigger machines of electrons, not just in terms of features, but also in terms of sound. And yeah, I think it could be kind of nice to a more experienced electron user, and maybe are just not collectors and they are just the bigger machines and don't want to waste money to take what it can be seen as a minor device in the family. So how this comparison will work? Well, basically they share, other than the digital machines, even the same exact presets. So we are going to load a preset for each of the digital machines, and we are gonna play a pattern, a very simple pattern, to see if there are any difference, and then we are going to see if the various macro knob correspond or not. So first of all, there's the need to clarify the fact that obviously the Syntakt is on a different price tag on the model cycles, and this is a thing that I said even before, but I repeat that to say that the Syntakt has, other than a much more features, it has the most important, a filter and an amp envelope. It has also a second LFO, so two LFO instead of one on the model cycles, and yeah, it has also with a new, new, not anymore, but it has the song mode, it has the Euclidean sequencer, I think it's called, yes. It has the FX block. There's a lot of features, but the main one are the filter, the amp, and the second LFO, in my opinion, to have a more clear vision of the two devices. So let's begin. Let's start choosing up the kick engines, so it's called on the model cycles. Here we are. On the Syntakt it is called BD Modern, the same kick engines of the cycles. So let's take a preset. We are going here, and here we have all the preset of the model cycles. We are going to take, for example, this stiff. Sorry if this is all improvised. I made some comparison before, but just for me. So this is just on the moment stuff. I don't know if the presets would be will sound closer or not. So we are going here on factory, and we are going to select the stiff one. The stiff one is stiff. Here we are. So let's make a 4 on the floor, very basic, in C. So this is the Syntakt, and now we'll do the same for the model cycles. Okay, always in C. Let's start. Okay, they sound pretty much the same to me. Let's dig a deeper on the parameters, because here on the cycles we have pitch, decay, color and shape on the first row. On here we have the tune that corresponds to the pitch, the swap that is in the second row on the cycles on here called swap. We have the punch that corresponds to this button right here, and the decay that is present on here. Then on the second row we have the swap, contour, delay send, reverb send. Here we have the square modulation, the triangle mod plus feedback, and then we have the modulation envelope with the overdrive. Then on the model cycles, of course, we have the LFO speed, the volume plus distortion, the swing, and the chance and the conditionals of the fill. The main parameters to shape the sound on the model cycles are these 4, so the color, shape, swap, contour. This is the first big difference, because on the model cycles we have all, or at most all, on the main on the surface. Instead, on the Syntakt there is a bit of menu diving to make, but of course, because there are a lot of more parameters to let's say like that. So yeah, let's see. For example, the pitch is 7.3, here is 7.3, the swap is 56, here is 56, that is the same. Then the punch is off as here, the decay is 50 as here, the square modulation, that is I'll make a little reprise. So these 3 parameters are different with respect to the name of those that are on the model cycles. In fact, the only one that corresponds is the swap. So we have contour, shape and color. We have the square modulation that is at 11, for example, and here we have the color that is at 11. We have the triangle mod plus feedback. We have 27. I don't remember to seeing that. Ah, yeah, on the shape, of course. Then we have the modulation envelope at 121, and the only one remains was, if I'm not wrong, the contour, but it doesn't correspond. The overdrive, okay, let's forget about it, because it's not the same as the volume plus distortion, so of course it's a different parameters. Okay, let's see, for example, on the LFO, it has not any LFO, same as here. So yeah, this is the kick engines basically. Let's move on. Let's select another parameters that another presets that correspond to the snare machine or snare engine. that on here it is called SD Basic. So let's find out. Well, let's take this electric. We go on SD here, and we go for electric. Here we are. So I'm not going to dig deeper as I did with the kick engines, because in fact here the parameters are always the same, the written parameters. Instead on here something changes every time, since we have here the inharmonicity, the modulation plus feedback that is the same as before, and the modulation envelope that is the same as before. We have just the enharmonicity in this case. We can see, no, sorry, first let's make the preset play, always 4 on the floor. First the Syntakt, then we talk about the rest. Okay, this is the Syntakt, and this is the model cycles. To me, there is kind of difference between them. Let's see. Well, the first thing we see is that the punch button is activated as here. Let's see, for example, the swap is 63, same as here, so there must be something on the LFO, I think. This is... yes, because this is an LFO that goes into the amp decay time with the 64 multiplier and a speed of 12 and a depth of 39 with a trigger filter square LFO. On here we have square waveform, 64 it corresponds on the multiplier, on the decay, so not the amp and decay, at the depth of 19.6, so it's different. Yes. And then we have the triggered LFO for note. The LFO speed is 12, the same as here. So the difference, I think, is all about the between the destination. That is always the decay, but once is the amp, other than is just the parameters that is here. Let's see if this is the same. 64. 64, yeah, it's the same. Let's move on. Let's go to the metal machine, yeah, metal engines. So let's, yeah, on the Syntakt, the metal one is called the CI alloy. Let's select a preset. So we are going here. Let's try this one, the HH Pamela. I don't know if... Let's see if we find... It should be. But I already noticed some difference. Yes, there is. Okay, let's hear on the Syntakt. And then the model cycles. Yeah, there's some difference, I think. Maybe there is the pan, the LFO on the pan. Now we'll see. So we have another different parameters here. We have the radio, that is 0. Could be the swap, or could be the color. I don't know. The punch button is activated. We have the shimmer here at the place of the swap. So I think it's like before, this is the place of the swap, I suppose, I don't know. It's always 0, so we can make a confront. The modulation is 127, that I think I saw it, yeah, on the shape. And we have the modulation envelope. It was I changed parameters, sorry. It was 123. Can be this 127, yeah. The tune, okay, should be 0 here too. The LFO, yeah, we have an amp pen here. Let's see here. Here too, but yeah, the difference is because it's not stereo. Yeah, I didn't have enough space on my audio card to make it stereo, so it's just mono. That's the difference. But we have the same parameters because we have the destination on the pan. We have the amp pen here, but it's the same. Multiplier at 500. All right. We have let's see the speed. 13, yeah. I think so. This preset, I think that on stereo it should be sound more or less the same. Few difference with the parameters here, but I don't think it can change much. Next, let's see it's the Perc machine. So the Perc on here is the PC Carbon. Let's find a preset. Let's go with the blocks. So is factory PC blocks. Here we are. No. Let's go first on the Syntakt. Okay, then we go on the motorcycles. Almost identical. Sorry, I press a note. We return with the swap in harmonicity and the same modulation and the modulation envelope. Change parameters. So let's see. Let's give a little look. 110 on the swap, 110 here. In harmonicity it's 38. Let's see what it correspond at the color. Okay, modulation is 73. We have the shape, then the modulation is yeah, the modulation envelope is 59. There is no 59, so I guess it's like just a parameter that is different on the macros or something like that. There is no LFO, I guess here too, yeah. So yeah, we found a preset that is kind of simple. Is the punch is activated? They didn't show that. Let's move on the tone machine. That on here is simply SI tone. Let's find a preset, even if I don't know if I can choose directly a tone at the first place, because here sometimes is other machines. Let's go with the TIFF. Let's see. Yeah, it's good right there. The TIFF, no, TIFF. We go on the synth and TIFF. Yes. TIFF. Here we are. Okay, let's see on the Syntakt and the model cycles. Okay, here we have the color that correspond to the ratio. Yes, we have the punch activated. Okay, we have this button right here that is the gate essentially. I don't know. I don't remember at what it correspond on here. Maybe write in the comments if you do, because at this moment I didn't remember. I don't remember. So minus 24. Then we have the decay at 16. Yeah. The feedback 0. The feedback corresponds to the swap. The modulation is 53. That is the shape, okay. And the modulation envelope, it was 43. That is not the contour, is different but is the same. I mean, it's the one last parameters that it is missing. We have the overdrive here pretty much on 81, so this is should be at always almost the maximum. Then let's see, on here we have an LFO on the feedback, so it should be on the swap here. Yeah, multiplier is the same. We have at maximum 63, and here should be 126. We have triggered LFO with the sine wave. Yeah. Okay, and the fade. Let's see if, yeah, it's triggered with a fade at minus 23, and it's the same. Okay, let's see just the LFO speed, minus 64. Okay, it's, yeah, the same negative of here. Then let's move on and let's go on the Chord machine. That here is the SI Chord. Let's find a preset. I hope to choose the right one. Yeah, it should be a chord. Yeah, it's where, what is called? It's called swapper. Let's go with the swap. Here we are. Let's see, always 4 on the floor. So we have a kind of evolving sound. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much the same. On here it seems like a little bit on the lower frequency, so it's just my opinion, or is the mono stuff right here, I don't know. We have an unison at 3. Let's see here. Yeah, -3. So the shape is this button. We have the balance right here. That is 16. And it corresponds on the color. We have the filter envelope at 127. That is known on these parameters. And the wave is 100, that corresponds because there is a 100 here on the swap. Yeah. No overdrive. Decay is at 64. So the same. Let's see the LFO. We have the triangle wave. Multiplier at 2. Depth at 4.3. We have an 8.5 right here. Destination on the swap, yes, in wave it correspond. We have 3, yeah, 3 LFO. Let's see the speed. It's 4.00. Let's see right here. Yeah, 4 is the same. Okay. So this is it. I'm sorry if I didn't prepare some pattern, some maybe more melodic pattern to see and so on, but I wanted more like that it was an improvisation to me too, so I could say the right things at the right moment. I hope that this video can be helpful to someone. Maybe, like I said in the beginning, can be undecided if to buy one or another or so. In my personal experience, I bought in the first place a motorcycles, and then I went on the Syntakt because I didn't know the Elektron workflow, and I didn't know if it was for me or not. So I preferred to spend a little less. But yeah, that's up to you. If you can afford and you are enough strong enough to go straight on it, just go for it, unless you can always sell it. So that's it, and see you in another episode, maybe.